The following changes have taken place on the front line of the Ukrainian-Russian war today. Over the last day, 172 combat engagements were registered along the entire front line. The Pokrovske and Kurakhove sectors remain the hottest. In the Kurakhove sector, the enemy attacked the positions of Ukrainian troops 25 times, but all of them were unsuccessful. The Russian army is using the meat assault tactic, which means sending large numbers of personnel without proper training, equipment, and tactical planning to achieve military objectives. This tactic resembles a manpower strategy, where troops rush into enemy positions in massive attacks, despite the huge losses. It is designed to exhaust Ukrainian troops through numerical superiority, but in turn, it leads to heavy losses among Russian soldiers. For example, for every 10 Russian soldiers involved in meat assault attacks, there are only 3 Ukrainian soldiers. This demonstrates a significant numerical advantage for Russia, but does not guarantee success on the battlefield. The Ukrainian military, although inferior in numbers, is more effectively trained, better organized, and has more modern methods of warfare. In addition, high morale, innovative tactics, and the ability to adapt to the situation at the front allow Ukraine to hold the line, even in the face of enemy numerical superiority. Despite the fact that Russia tries to use its numerical superiority to break through defensive lines, this does not always bring the desired result. The Ukrainian side often employs mobile defense tactics, skillfully using modern anti-tank systems, artillery, drones, and other means to neutralize Russian offensive waves. The high losses among Russian troops that result from such tactics are becoming a demoralizing factor, even as Russia tries to replenish its ranks with a new wave of mobilization. The enemy also continues to use special ammunition containing hazardous chemicals against the defense forces. The commander of a Ukrainian reconnaissance group stationed near Chasovyi Yar in Donetsk region said that due to the large number of Ukrainian troops, it is difficult for Russians to attack their positions with conventional artillery or drones. Almost every position of the Ukrainian front line was hit by 1 or 2 gas grenades a day. The only way they could successfully attack us was with gas, said a brigade commander. According to him, the Russian army is using chemical weapons to cause panic among Ukrainian soldiers and force them to leave their fortifications, which makes it possible to attack them with conventional weapons. Another soldier, Senior Lieutenant Slava, whose unit is stationed near Lyman, Donetsk region, also said that some Ukrainian units in his area are subjected to almost daily gas attacks. Along with conventional firepower, the enemy is using ammunition laced with hazardous chemicals, such as K-51 and RGVO, which are anti-riot weapons and are prohibited for use as weapons of war. There is also a significant share of ammunition containing hazardous chemical compounds of unspecified type. In September 2024, the radiation, chemical, and biological intelligence units of the support forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine recorded 250 such cases. Since the beginning of Russia's large-scale invasion of Ukraine, radiation, chemical, and biological intelligence units have directly recorded cases of the use of hazardous chemicals on the battlefield. Since February 2023, the use of hazardous chemicals by the Russians has become systematic. On September 24th this year, 4,228 uses of ammunition with hazardous chemicals by the enemy were recorded. By doing so, the Russian Federation grossly violates the rules of warfare, ignoring the norms and obligations under the Convention on the Prohibition of the Development, Production, Stockpiling, and Use of Chemical Weapons, and on their destruction. In the Pokrovsk sector, Ukrainian defenders repelled 26 assault and offensive attacks. The enemy concentrated its efforts in the areas of Lysivka and Selidov, where it conducted more than half of the attacks. In addition, the occupants' attempts to advance were stopped near Novotoretsk, Kalinove, Krutyi Yar, Novohradivka, and Mykolaiivka. Defense forces continue operations in the Kursk region. According to available data, the Russian occupiers conducted 17 airstrikes, using 24 anti-aircraft missiles in the Kursk region. Our soldiers are inflicting significant losses in manpower and equipment on the occupation forces, depleting the enemy along the entire front line. Thus, yesterday, the total losses of the Russian invaders amounted to 1,340 people. Also, our soldiers neutralized 7 tanks, 30 armored combat vehicles, 47 artillery systems, an air defense system, 43 operational and tactical UAVs, 3 missiles, 83 vehicles, and 9 pieces of special equipment. Thank you, friends. That's all for today. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest developments. This video was prepared by Hustler. See you soon.